Good Gemology Monday, guys. Today we will be talking about my favorite stone, the sapphire. So, everyone knows Mohs hardness scale number 10 is diamond. Nothing's harder than a diamond. That's number 10. Sapphire is right underneath that. Sapphire is made out of corundum. When corundum comes in red, it is known as a ruby. When it comes in any other color, it is a sapphire. So, sapphires come in all colors. For example, this ring, my ring here, at 12 o'clock, you could argue that is a ruby. So when you're buying, it's a pink sapphire. But when you're selling, it's a ruby. Dumb little saying. So, as you can tell, this has a star in it, the center stone. That is known as a star sapphire. You can have white star sapphires and whatnot. Most stones they come in either cabochoned or faceted. When you think of a diamond, you think of this shape, and that's faceted. They cut many faces, many flat spots onto the diamond, onto the stone. I won't get into that, that's lapidary. But stones come in rough or specimens like this. You can see the rough faces, I hope. This is semi-natural because you can see these cuts aren't natural. They're cut and polished. This would be specimen or rough. This would be a carving, which is cut and polished with the facets. Or cabochoned, which is this, just completely rounded. Jade, like this. I don't know, you can't argue this is cabochon, but it's rounded. There's no flat spots. So sapphire has a reflective index of, I believe, 1.762 to 1.77. And refractive index is basically how light transfers. So if you go fishing and you throw that fishing line into the water, as soon as that line touches the water, it refracts at a different angle. So before refractive indexes, everything red was a ruby, everything green was jade. And then once we got the refractive index, you can now tell what stones are what. Sapphire is a very good alternative to a wedding ring because it's hard. You can daily it, like a diamond, number 10. You can daily it. It can take a lot of abuse. I had a client come in and he had a star sapphire that his father gave him for a high school present after he graduated. And he would walk down the street to the bank and just bang his sapphire ring on the brick wall as a kid because he didn't know any better. And he's an adult now and he's like 40 or 50 and he came by and said, "Hey, can you repolish the sapphire?" Sapphires are very tough. You can daily them. Opals are one of my favorites, but they're very soft. You can't really daily them and take much abuse. Also, in the watch community, we are familiar with sapphires because we talk about sapphire glass all the time, where you can't scratch it. The only thing that can scratch a sapphire, because it's so hard, is another sapphire or a diamond. And because they're so hard, people use them as rubies. Or rubies, people use rubies as jewels. So for example, right there, if you can see that red dot, that acts as a bearing. There we go. That red dot right there acts as a bearing. That's a ruby. So you can have lab-grown, not all gems. All those little rubies, those red things, they're called jewels in a watch. And those jewels are essentially rubies. Because they're so hard, you can just polish them and they act as a bearing because you can't have bearings inside watches. So those are lab-grown. You can have lab-grown sapphires. You can have lab-grown diamonds. Any stone you want lab-grown, but they wouldn't be natural. Natural coming from the earth. You can also have treated sapphires. A lot of sapphires out there are treated, so they come out of the earth blue, but that's not enough blue. As a dealer, I want to sell some really dark blue sapphires, so I'll throw them in the oven. essentially, not an actual oven, but essentially high-tech oven. It radiates it, heats it, or diffuses it, makes it more darker blue, enhances the color. So, with this star sapphire of mine, this is diffused. The star is very sharp and very bright. You can see it plays with the light very well. I have another sapphire. I don't know how to pause this. Let me see, hold on. The magic of editing. So this is another star sapphire I have. This one's more natural, so focus. I don't know if you can see the star. It's not as sharp as... You can see that play with the light a little bit. It's not as sharp as this, but this is diffused. This is a natural stone, but it's been diffused. It's been enhanced. So the whole ring is just a few hundred. It's like $700 if I make another one. I'm not selling this one, but if I made another one, it'd be $700. But if this was natural and non-treated, non-diffused, it'd be, $7,000. Sapphires are they range. You want to look inside of the stone with a loop. I don't have one on me. You want to look inside with a loop, and you can see inclusions, little hair fracture. It looks like cracks. Also, the shine of a diamond or sapphire, of a faceted stone. The light enters through here, usually, bounces off, and comes back. And that's what diamonds are mainly. Round brilliants, they do that. But sapphires also do that, so they have that color. So that's why people like faceted stones like this. They have more shine. Cabochons do not. Yeah, that's why I like sapphires, and they are very good daily stones. You can have them in any color. And they're great stones to substitute for diamond, because add some color to your life. And remember, you got to give your money to a schmuck. Why not your favorite?